Yeah, that checks out. Well, if YouTube wants hot off the press for the algorithms, I'll give them hot off the press. Sulfur burns hot, after all. You are essentially Father Garcia, fresh out of a car accident and on the tail of a witch with righteous vengeance in your heart. You remember nothing, but you and your magic sentient amulet dive into the cave after her, find a sword and a gun, and get to work drastically reducing the goblin population. Charge your amulet at this ominous altar. This is your lifeline in case of trouble. We need to return to our church. We know the witch burned this place because we saw it in our rearview mirror. So where is it? How do we get to it? And how does this amulet factor in? Patience, children. The Lord provides answers for all. So sit and listen for them. There's a lot to take in here, so let's start small and take in our surroundings. It's a simple, nice, cartoonish art style. To oppose the brutal amounts of violence you're going to be committing against the denizens of the Sulfur. Essentially the first circle of hell. Do we go down to the other circles? Maybe. But if I want Dante's Inferno, I'll play Ultrakill. Our weapons will tear through enemies. Sword slashes will cut straight swaths out of them. Guns will blow chunks out of them, and based on where you hit, you can do more damage, cripple enemies, and even forcefully remove organs from them to utilize as you see fit. Our guns are the star of the show, and there's a lot of them. They each have their own unique look, with some looking more traditional and some having absolutely nonsensical designs. I can guarantee it will take you a lifetime to find every single one. We have many items to look through as well. Crafting materials, healing items, armor pieces, weapon upgrades of many flavors, and more. Each with their own humorous description. We're not even on the stat maxing and you've already got plenty to read. But don't let the art style fool you into thinking the enemies aren't dangerous. They'll kill you as quickly as you'll kill them. The Sulfur is a diverse environment, and we'll have to venture through much of it in our quest. Take a look at these caverns. It's a cold, dark place with mushrooms growing, underground rivers flowing, and goblins infesting every corner of them. And as you proceed, you'll find the environments get even more diverse. And since we're listening anyway, sound is what's to be expected. Crisp and clear. It's nothing too terribly impressive, but it doesn't need to be. As an old merc once said, good enough is fucking perfect. The music is slower, smoother, and more relaxed, a juxtaposition against the fast and frantic combat. It blends well with the soundscape of the game itself. Now, let's truly descend into the Sulfur. The gameplay. Our church, the original sin, our sanctuary against the hordes. From here, we repair, barter, store, upgrade, and once we're ready, we dive into the Sulfur. We'll be back, whether we fail or not. We're in, and we're here until we charge our amulet from these altars. So the only way out is forward. Goblins. A wretched horde. Give them no quarter.
Your membership.
Spend your ammunition wisely. Enemies may drop ammo, but it might not be for your weapon. You can buy, but there's never a guarantee of a merchant nearby. Keep your ammunition stocked. Should you find yourself bereft of ammunition, worry not. Draw steel and perform a dance as old as time. Brutal melee. And unlike your guns, your blade never dulls. Equipment has its limits. You'd be wise to keep track of it, lest ye be left wanting in your hour of need. Be mindful of what your weapons are capable of. If you find one that suits your fancy, train and drill with it. Eventually, you will find you know it better than you know yourself, and will be able to push it beyond its original limitations effortlessly. Numerous parts, scrolls, and oils allow you to change how your firearms behave. The right combination can serve you well in the depths. In your church, you can even combine scrolls in order to make new effects for your guns. If you so choose, you can even rechamber them using chamber chisels sold by merchants. Should you find yourself in need of recovery, the cauldrons and stoves scattered about provide you an option. Enemies will also drop food and materials. Combine what you find at these and cook meals to keep yourself going. From the most basic of foods to more complex dishes, all have their own unique flavor and unique abilities. You could save this food for later, placing it on your hotbar to use quickly in an encounter. From this hotbar you can access additional tools of your trade. Throwing knives for accurately thrown additional damage, and grenades of many types, useful for both expelling crowds and breaking down walls. But take heed. If you should fall in the sulfur, your possessions are lost to the depths. You've seen this before. You should know the procedure. But you will be compensated. The gold you collect down here can be used to barter for many things, both at your church and in the field. Merchants sell a variety of items based on their stature. Ammunition, weapons, armor, equipment, food, and more. Browse their wares often. You never know when another will appear. Each merchant and character has much to say. It would be wise to converse with them when you have the time. You'll find them to be charming company, if anything. No two expeditions into the sulfur will be the same. Things may become familiar to you, but you never know what exactly you'll find as you venture further. Expect to run into trouble often as you explore through them. Occasionally, you will encounter a greater foe than the usual rabble. Defeating this foe will take much, but these creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. Should you succeed, the ink infesting your home will recede, allowing you to venture further into the sulfur toward your objective, the witch who burned your congregation within your church. Should you wish to return at any point during a delve, though, drain the power from an altar and use your amulet to send you back when you are ready. But be ready to confront your past as you dive deeper. God be with ye, Father. The few ideas I threw around for the next review had their troubles. But when I got a hold of Sulfur and played only an hour, I was hooked and immediately went to work after a stream on a script. Within a day or two, I had the video and the lines recorded. I'm honestly surprised with how quickly I managed to get everything done. But I don't think this will be a regular occurrence. I will mention at the end here, this is an early access title, and it does have its issues. Though most won't affect the gameplay much, some can ruin a run, like this enemy in the wall here. Mercifully, the developer has left a way to enable the console in, so you can fix these things yourself. Even with the bugs though, this is a solid game for $25. I highly recommend it, and shout out to my good bud Mr. King for highly recommending the game to me. 8 out of 10. We'll see how the fixes pan out. I will probably take a break on the reviews for now. I want to work on something else for the end of the year, and I need time to consolidate more for the other games I wish to potentially review. For now, I'm Admiral Y11, signing off. Thanks for watching.